if I look at number 1 and I just see 16th notes on the snare drum, I gotta play them like it's like I'm being attacked by machine guns or something, right? So if I look at that, I'm not gonna play number 1 like this, because that sounds like I'm warming up for a marching band. Okay, I'm gonna play this fill like this. Slight difference, right? So it's all about the attitude and what you put into it. So let's try this with the loop. I'll play one measure of a metal beat into one measure of number 1. Fill number 2 is great because we finally, in this section, get to incorporate the bass drum into our fills, something that a lot of drummers avoid, and I think this is fantastic that you're getting a chance to do this so early on. So what we're going to do, simple 8th notes, okay, going back to 8th notes, and it's unison hands between the floor tom and the snare drum, okay, followed by a bass drum. That's all it is, and we do that 4 times. So we go hands, kick, hands, kick, hands, kick, hands, kick, okay? Play for you slow without the song, and then we'll do the song in a second here. 1 and 2 and 4 and. And as time progresses, work on getting that faster, and it sounds really, really awesome. Okay, so let's put that fill into the loop with a metal beat into this fill. Fill number 3 is another 8-note metal fill, and this one is also great, one of my personal favorites, because we get to use the bass drum again. But what this is it's 3 singles. It's going to be right on the snare, left on the small tom, right on the floor tom, followed by the bass drum. Right, left, right, kick. 1 and 2 and. We repeat that, 3 and 4, kick. Sounds like this. Imagine getting that fast. It's going to sound really super cool. All right, let's try that with 1 measure of the beat into 1 measure of number 3. Number 4 is another great fill that you're probably going to want to use maybe mostly in metal. If you threw a fill like this in pop, you might get a funny look, especially if you played it aggressively. So all this one is 3 limbs in unison. 3 limbs being bass drum, hi-hat, and snare drum. And you're playing all 8 8th notes, but you're playing everything completely locked in and just making this big and heavy, you know. At some point you can put a build on this, but that's going to come later. But for now, just trying to lock everything in for 8 hits, for 8 8th notes is going to be a big challenge. Let me just show you this, just 1 measure of number 4, and I'll try to make this heavy and as locked in as possible. It's a really good practice. It's something you can definitely work on to get that really super solid. A lot of great metal drummers have that dialed in wonderfully. Okay, so let's try this with the loop. 5 is
I
another
don't know why I
great
do
one,
that. It
especially
doesn't
slow.
take
It's
it.
even cooler when you play it fast, but for now, let's take it at a nice slow tempo. All 16th notes. We're back to 16th notes. Okay. What's going to happen for the first 3 beats for beats 1, 2, and 3 is snare, 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 bass. That's going to be the lick. Right, left, right, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick. And then we resolve it by going 4E and just 4 snare drums to kind of end it or to resolve that fill. So I'll do it for you really slow without the track, just so you can kind of hear what's going on. Pretty cool. Could be used for intro, could be used for fills, of course, but I really like this fill. Let's try this with the loop. Here we go.
That's harder.
So how did you do? How did you find adding the bass drum into some of those fills? These fills definitely have a unique sound to them. Again, really focus on the sound of each fill. They should have a full and heavy sound and feel to them that lends itself to metal. So your assignment is to work on these 5 examples until you're comfortable with them. Start slow, work with a metronome, and you'll have them in no time at all. I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll look at one more new style.